Hello and welcome to the channel. I already put most of the TRX-6 together after doing the axle housings upgrades for the trail upgrades. I put some of the servos in place here as well. Now that I have these Samix shock towers, I was able to add also this middle support here for this middle section light. So 1, 2, 3 points of support. I upgraded the servo, as I read everywhere telling that the servo by default from Traxxas is really weak, so I bought this 25 kilogram servo power. I mean brand is power or something like that, I guess. I will put a link into the description. I got the Traxxas, this servo lever or whatever this is called, metal one, which was originally plastic. As it was mentioned, it will break easily. Here's the shock towers. I got these fenders for the rear. I tried to cut them open a bit more conservatively, but yeah, there's still bigger gaps because I wanted to have the chance to modify the location easily if needed. I shifted these a bit forward just to give it a try. I had to do some other serious modifications as well. Okay, I think I better rotate this around. So after upgrading these axles, I noticed a problem. When this one goes down, this rear axle, it was actually hitting this support, middle, whatever support this is called, because it was located directly underneath this rear differential. And when it went to the bottom, it was hitting it, and that wasn't a good idea. So I shifted this backwards. I had to drill some additional holes into the rails and then get it attached here. But now it's perfect and this one doesn't hit it. The original is different shape than this one, so I had to do this modification. Though, to be honest, I should have noticed that the original was very different shape, this middle part here, this metal thing. I mean, it was plastic, the original one, it was very different shape, and this one was hitting it, but now it's not. There's plenty enough space there for diff not to hit it. I also had a problem with the brass part in the rear, which I put like the one in the front I had. Let's see, the front one is here. So this is the front one. It's brass, it's nice. I noticed a weird reaction with the screw lock which I had. I haven't tried to remove this yet, but when I tried to put this, move it around and drill new holes, I tried removing the brass from back. Honestly, the screw lock had worked with the stainless steel screws and brass in a way that was a bit of a surprise to me. No matter what amount of force exerted, did the screws loosen up, so I couldn't remove it. I had to drill out the screws. I mean, the screws just failed completely under the power. There was some issues because I remember that the rear brass part was, well, there was a lot of problems with its manufacturing. It wasn't straight, there was all kind of issues with it. The front one, from the same batch which I bought from Amazon, was perfect. There's nothing problems with this one. But the rear one had some problems. Not everything was straight and aligned, and so I don't know if it was that reason, so I had to remove it completely, destroy it basically. And I bought this aluminum replacement one, branded ValueRC or something. I put that in place, then I was able to move this around, put this a bit further here, so this one will not hit anything. So yeah, sometimes with brass and stainless steel screws, screw lock can be a problem. Can surprise you that it doesn't get off anymore without breaking the screws. Then I have another problem was here, that the differential was hitting this plastic part here as it was going up and down. Like, okay, maybe better another angle. So basically, as he was pushing this down, this one was hitting the plastic part. The edges of this casting are slightly different from the one which is in the... They are slightly different from the original Traxxas ones. And this one was in a bit of an awkward angle, kind of like tilted to the front, making this a bit different. So what I did is I took all of these supports away, these 4 here, and I shorted them equally by about 2 millimeters each, kind of taking this more towards this direction. It straightened this up and gave enough clearance that no matter what angle you have, the diff is not going to hit this plastic part. So that required modification to work. I don't know if it was due to difference in dimensions here, in this brass upgrades or whatever, but yeah, that was the end result. So, but now it's working perfectly. The front one I still haven't upgraded. I'm still waiting for the axle housing to come. So that's still somewhere in the mail. Yeah, looks nice. Now, one of the things I think I need to next get is also, okay, the battery. I need to get the motor. I'm planning to get a brushless motor here. Place the ESC. Not sure where. I'm trying not to place anything else in here. So if I can find an ESC or something that I can place the ESC, for example, here, or somehow here in the front, well, let's see. What I'm also now doing is I bought some 2 millimeter thick aluminum plate, and I'm planning to make I'm making next a cover to go over all of this thing here, all the way to the front, and then maybe cutting some part of it and bending it down here to become the fenders here. And I also need to buy a cab to this thing and make some videos about driving it outside, because I really need to get to test this thing outside, how well everything works in the real life. I will make lots of videos in bashing the hell out of this in a forest nearby me, and there's very, very steep hills and difficult terrain, because for autonomous vehicle I need to make it go through all kind of difficulties to see if something breaks and then make it stronger, replace it. So that's important part of the testing, to see if it's robust enough, because so far I've just been building it here. I don't know how everything will work. So that might result in a lot of replacement of parts in the end. But let's see, that's still to be seen. But I will definitely make videos of me driving and trying to break this thing in the forest. So next videos maybe about the motor, maybe about the aluminum, and I'm planning to get a hard body, or like hard plastic cabin here, or cab or something here, maybe some old truck. If you have any suggestions, please write down. Yeah, that's about it for now.